My name is Drew Land. Welcome to my vlog. I have started a series on creating a life plan, and this is the second installment. If you haven't watched the first, go back and watch it so you're not lost with us. In a moment, I'm going to talk about how you need to dream on purpose in order to create a life plan. Subscribe below if you haven't yet done so, and turn the notification bell on so you don't miss any of the great content I'm bringing you every single week, especially during this series of creating a life plan that you desperately need if you are going to live a meaningful life. It's basic stuff. You need to do it. I remember the first time I did it was right when we got married 20 odd years ago.
Wow.
And we set a life plan. We said, what do we want to achieve? And we have seen many of the things already come about. A few years ago, I updated my life plan, and now we are aiming for these things in an intentional way, and it makes all the difference. Yesterday, a friend of mine asked me, Drew, how do you achieve all the things that you do? Because I like to produce, I like to achieve, and I do so. I spoke about time management and being intentional around those things, but really it's because I set a vision for my life and I have goals in the different areas of my life. Last week we said that your life is like an orange and you want to get all the juices out of it that you can, and each of those slices are the different areas of your life. Well, I know what I want to achieve for each of those areas. I have a long-term plan, and it helps me to think it through every single week based on that vision, and that's what a life plan is. The first thing that you need to know as you begin to create one is that dreams do not get fulfilled by accident. The dictionary defines purpose as the reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. Do you know why you do the things you do? What is the purpose in each of the areas or slices of your life? What are you aiming for? Do you know? It's not going to just happen by accident. You've got to have some clarity. Here's what D.L. Moody says. Preparation for old age should begin not later than one's teens. A life which is empty of purpose until 65 will not suddenly become filled on retirement. How true is that? And you might not be in your teens, but you need to start now. It's not too late. I want to read something that I thought was quite profound, and this is from a book called Theological Foundations of Counseling by Dr. Thomas Edgington. And it says this: those who have spent time with dying people will confess to having heard these types of statements. What do I have to show for my life? That's what the dying person might say. Or, what did I do? I wasted it. I did nothing. And for those who make those statements, it can be a frightening and disheartening realization. What despair there can be when one looks at his or her life and thinks, what have I done? Nothing. It's been worthless. Or, I made lots of bad choices. Or, look what I did to the people in my life. Sometimes it is advantageous for us to stop and evaluate what we are doing and ask ourselves, am I living my life in the way that my gravestone will reflect a positive contribution? Am I living my life in a way that reflects God? We all have something built in that causes us to want to believe that we accomplished some purpose, that our life mattered, and that we did something meaningful. John 10:10, I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. Jesus said those words. He wants you to have a full life. But in order to do that, we have to dream on purpose. And the second thing about dreaming on purpose is that it is a proactive thing, not a reactive thing. You know the difference between proactive people and reactive people? Well, reactive people often see themselves as victims, kind of like victims to their circumstances. Life just kind of happens around them and they have to deal with it, and they're victims of life. Proactive people understand that their life is a choice, that if they can put choices, good choices in place and in a certain order, they can then see their lives happen and they can see their dreams fulfilled. creating a life plan, you're gonna have to dream on purpose. It can't be by accident, and it has to be proactive. I want you to stay tuned. Come back next week. I'm gonna give you the the next part of creating a life plan. If you haven't done so, go to drewland.org, download the PDF. It's for free over this next month. Take advantage of it, find it, download it, and we'll walk through it together. There's lots more to come. We'll see you next week. Please subscribe below. Stay tuned with us. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. The links are also in the comment section, and we will see you next time as we create a life plan together.
Wow.